I have a secret confession. I love the website imslp.org. I also hate the website imslp.org. And as you may know, this is an incredible resource. It's a website where all music that is in public domain is available to download for free. In fact, unless it's been under copyright protection, there has never been a single thing I've not been able to find on that website. The most obscure music, they've got autograph copies, first editions, and lots of really great things. However, it is an incredible resource of really terrible editions, which often will help you in the moment but are not necessarily a great long-term source. Here's a funny story. Years ago I had some lessons with Paul Badura-Skoda, great scholar and so knowledgeable about the piano repertoire. He's edited many editions. There was a story going on about him that a student had come in for a lesson and they had a lousy edition of some piece, and he took the music and threw it out the window of his third floor studio and said, okay, don't go get it, just let the trash people pick it up. You need to get a real edition. And the older I get, the more important I know this is. And I remember as a young student, and I would, my teacher would say, you're going to learn this piece, and I would go to the music store, and there was, there was the one published by Schirmer for $7.95, and then there was one with that blue cover, the Henley Urtext, that was maybe $27.95, and other things in between. And my mindset, because I don't think my teacher had told me specifically which edition to get, was, well, why would I buy the one for $27.95 when I can get this one for $7.95? It seemed like I'm going to buy the potatoes that are the cheapest by the pound, not the one that is necessarily the best. And this is so important to make an investment on a good edition. And this is why I dislike IMSLP, is because students frequently come into a lesson with really a subpar edition that they downloaded for free on IMSLP. Lately I've been fascinated with this really great edition of the Chopin Ballades. It's the new edition, the Polish, or the national edition, edited by Jan Ekier, and it's fabulous. And when I look at it in comparison to the other editions that are out there, wow, it's a substantial change. And I feel very confident that Chopin's markings here are the ones that he at least intended, as opposed to the ones that an editor with good intention tried to decipher. So on IMSLP, there's a lot of really great, or at least interesting editions out there, but they're often full of a lot of markings that the editor thought, Chopin probably meant this. Now, sometimes these are editions actually where the editor was actually Chopin's student, or a student of a student of Chopin's. So there's some close proximity there with the source, but they don't show what was Chopin's idea and what was their own idea. And the IMSLP is a treasure trove of these. Just a really quick thing on this particular edition. In the beginning of the first ballade, we have this theme. All of these measures, this figure has this very characteristic marking of Chopin, which is a kind of elongated, it looks like an elongated accent or like a tiny decrescendo. And Chopin wrote this marking a lot in his music, and sometimes he would also write accents. Now, one of the more famous editions, and actually I think generally considered a very reputable edition, in the preface actually states, we can't tell from his manuscript when he wrote exactly an accent and when he wrote one of these elongated markings, so we made them all as accents. Are you serious? They changed everything, and this is a very famous edition. So I like that this has really gone to great lengths to restore what was there. And actually, as I was looking through, preparing for this little brief snippet on IMSLP, the vast majority of them write this as an accent. And and not this elongation, which is actually a manipulation of time, because there's really two kinds of accents in the world, ones that are strong and ones that are long. And I think Chopin was very clear about this. And another thing I love about this edition is that they have traditional accents in addition to these elongations. So spend the money, get a nice edition, one that you can rely on, and that one that you can seek the truth of what the composer was trying to make sure that in their direct message from them to you, that you know what that truth is. Sometimes the student doesn't want to pay a lot of money for a good edition, and I feel like, yeah, but you paid $70 for those jeans, and by the time you're done playing this concerto, you will have spent more time in that score than in those jeans you're wearing. So spend the money, and it will be a rewarding process as you have access to a first-rate edition.